I'm gonna try this again, honey. I'm gonna try it again. What's up, squad? Hi, Black Mirror Mirror. I had to start over, honey. I don't know what was going on. Hold on. What's up, Jerry? Squad is in the building. Jazzy Bell, Signisa, Anita, C. Patterson. What's up, Motown, M-Town boy? Let me see. I hope my phone don't cut out. Hold on. I have like 0%. I'm trying to share it again since I had to start over. YouTube don't want me to be great, y'all. YouTube does not want me to be great. What's up, Rena? Hey. Royalty in the building. Please excuse my clicking. Look, please excuse it for a second. I try not to click, but sometimes I have to click. And right now I'm clicking. I'm trying to share this video. If you haven't already, like it if you want to. Don't like it if you want to, because you already know we about to have a real conversation about some of these titles and labels that have been imposed on us, honey. We about to talk about it. What's up, Rochelle? Dallas Diva? Jazzy J? I see y'all. Hold on, I think I'm in the wrong YouTube account trying to share stuff. Switch accounts. What's up, K guys? Child Maryland. Hey. What's up, Tracy? I see y'all. Give everybody a few minutes to roll on in. A few minutes to roll on in. Get you a glass of something. It don't have to be wine. Get you a glass of something, y'all. Let's get through all this stress. It's hump day. What's up, Fontaine? Janice? Yeah, okay. They rolling on in. I see y'all. Lovely soul. Hey. It will not let me click it. Hold on. I'm trying to switch my accounts and stuff. Hey, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another Wind Down Wednesday. As you know, we've been doing this for like 3 weeks now. It's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We just decide what we gonna drink. It could be wine, it could be Hennessy, it could be vodka, it could be water, it could be Kool-Aid, it could be whatever you feel like sipping on. Just have you some beverages. You see, I got my watermelon water on deck in addition to my little drop of wine. I'm trying to detox off of this alcohol. Since, y'all, I told y'all about this past weekend. Whoa, this last Thursday turned into a whole weekend. I'm not fully functional yet. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm too old to drink that much alcohol. I have learned, in my 60 years, my 60 years of living, that I can't do it. I can't do these 2 nights in a row, child. I cannot. You said we need a brown liquor Thursday. I thought we had petty Thursday. C. Patterson. Thursday. Okay, we can call it brown liquor because brown liquor do make you petty. But I'm not going to drink no brown liquor. But yeah. What's up, Brian, the songwriter extraordinaire? If you see the title of this video, I just kind of came up with it off the rip. I don't have no notes. I don't have anything. I told y'all I'm still recovering, so please forgive me if I'm a little off my game. But I just wanted to touch on something because people have been in my inbox like, we need to talk about this. I'm so disgusted. People are labeling us cisgender. I mean, I'm a real woman. I was born a girl. Why I gotta have a label simply because they need a label? And I'm like, girl, I'm with you. I mean, at the end of the day, we women are women. Why do we have to be called cis, trans, whatever the case may be? But apparently the LGBT community and those associated with the LGBT community came up with this term. And, I did my little research on the term. It was supposed to be some kind of educational term to kind of distinguish between trans and non-trans. Actually, from what I've read, it would seem that even gay men are cis men because basically they were born men. They embrace their penis and they use their penis, albeit, with other men. Gay women are still cis women because they were born women. They kept their vagina and they use their vagina. Now, anything other than that, if you have a vagina, you want to grow a beard and have hair on your chest and be labeled as a man. If you want to be, have a penis and have some, breasts and wear a wig and be labeled as a woman, then you're trans. So there's that difference. So all the gay men who want to throw that term on us, be like, these cis women be acting this, that, and the third. You cis too. You cis too. And not the SIS, the CIS, Nudge. So I'm like, we all can be cis together. But what I don't like is all these men on YouTube, because whether I'm subscribed to them or not, they gonna pop up in our feed. Y'all on YouTube know how YouTube do. They force you to watch people. They force you to see their videos, even if you don't want to see their videos. But all of these men online advocating for violence against women. It's like, you're a cis woman and you're a trans woman, and if they're both women, trans women take estrogen, so because they take estrogen, it's a fair fight. Y'all should be able to fight. If a trans woman slap you or something, it's a fair fight. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. And y'all know I'm the perfect person to speak on this because I've been threatened. I've been physically threatened by a trans woman. And what? No, I ain't gonna even say that. By a person claiming they trans, Mr. Man in Hands or whatever his name is. He's still in his feelings because I called him a man, even though he'll call himself a man. But I digress. But I'm like, I was physically threatened, like physically online. This person went online, said they was gonna beat me down. And because they have fans, it's okay. That was quite okay. People all rallied behind. It was like, yeah, beat her up. Yeah, she deserved her ass whooped for saying you stole the show. It's still a man. It's still a dude. And like I said then, and I will say now, I do not fight men. I have men in my corner who will stand up for me and fight. So y'all was like, not y'all, I'm not saying the squad, but there was some other people who was in their feelings like, how dare she go to court? How dare I go to court? What I'm stopping is violence and bloodshed. Are you kidding me? I went to court to protect all of us, me and the men in my corner. I went to court to get all of that out the way. Like at the end of the day, I want you to stay away from me. It's granted I'm going to stay away from you. So that being said, when I see all of this come up again, I almost feel like it's a subliminal cry for, some kind of way for y'all to rally that it's okay for Mr. Man Hands to come over here and try to fight me. That's the way I feel. That might be what it means, but the timing of it all is a little suspect. Okay, I am a woman. I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, I feel like I'm a woman today. No, I was born this way, just like, gay men are born gay. Just like, straight men are born straight. Whatever the case may be, I didn't wake up and say, I want some breasts. I want some, I did wake up one day and said I want weave. I do that occasionally. But at the end of the day, I just don't understand why there's so many people thinking that it's okay. That is so many people who are advocating violence by any means. Like, we're all grown. Okay. And people going here, you need your ass kicked for saying that. You called me a man, you need your butt kicked. I slap the shit out of her if she calls me a dude. That is not cool by any stretch of the imagination. I don't care if it's a woman saying it. It's not cool by any stretch of the imagination. And when I say it's not cool for nobody to pull up and want to confront and pound somebody because they called you ugly or whatever the case may be, when I say that, all of a sudden I'm a wimp. What I am is a grown ass woman with shit. I am a grown ass woman with shit to lose. So when you start talking about fighting in the streets, I don't come from that world. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not gonna pretend I do. I got people look in my very own family who love to pretend they from the hood and they ain't. I ain't gonna pretend I'm from nowhere. Like, at the end of the day, I grew up in Southwest Atlanta. I've been around violence. I've seen violence. I've seen a whole lot of things. But what I'm not gonna do is advocate it. I'm not gonna say nobody needs to be, pounded down simply because they said something that you didn't like. We can't fight with our words. The word you taught when you went to school and got whatever degree, when you got your degree in whatever, you weren't taught to use your words and, fight like you classy and not like you hood. Yeah, I mean, I'm just asking the question. Like, why does there always have to be somebody who's sitting around going, you should fight? And, to piggyback on that, there's this 70, I'm not an ageist, but there is this 75-year-old man online who really could not stand me, right? I used to be a fan until, he made it clear that because I called Mr. Man Hands a man, that he felt some kind of way. So I'm like, okay, we can agree to disagree. But in agreeing to disagree, dude does all these videos about me, calling me all kind of names, advocating for violence against me. The last video he did, he said something about I needed to be knocked into another dimension. He's subliminally calling for people to fight me because I said that fucking Dineva was on drugs, which I know for a fact. So I'm just sitting here like, y'all is really mad. Y'all is really mad. So what, now y'all gonna just subliminally say all this craziness? Like, y'all is really mad. Y'all is really bad. Videos about cis women and real women who would win the fight. I would say a real woman who has a man behind her or men behind her, I would say that real woman would win that fight, because what's going to happen is that trans woman is going to have to pull off that wig and fight like a dude. That's what's going to happen. And that's all I'm saying. It's just too much dumb It's just dumb. At the end of the day, I'm a woman. I don't care if y'all like the way I look or not. I don't care. Any woman, whether she ugly or pretty, if she's a woman, she's a woman. Like, I'm just like, why do y'all have to like compete or put everybody in like, she's beautiful and she's ugly and she look better than a real woman and she this and she that. What difference does it make if she butt ugly and tired? At the end of the day, she was born with a womb. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like everybody keeps saying I'm the one trying to cause this diversion and this war of straight women versus trans women, but I'm not. But if I'm pro black woman, just like you pro LGBTQ or pro trans or pro whatever you are, why can't you be that and without dissing the other person? Just like I could be pro Black Lives Matter, that doesn't mean white lives don't matter. So I just look at stuff a different way. I don't even know if I look at it a different way. I just look at it and I just be like, wow, this is very interesting. Are they serious? Are people, and it's our young people, the people on YouTube, the younger girls, some of the younger boys, They watch all this, they take it in, and they believe that this is the world the way it's supposed to be. And I don't know that that's true, and I'm not gonna knock nobody for, living a life the way they want to live it. I'm not gonna knock nobody for, having sex with who they want to have sex with. But when you start saying things, you have to realize who your audience is and who is cheering for you. At the end of the day, you got some black women are cheering for you, but then you do a video talking about trans women should be allowed in the bathroom, and then you start to really realize how many people are there for you. So I'm like, okay. But these young girls who are so impressionable and they hear this, and it's like they start to feel some kind of way about themselves. Like, I'm ugly if I don't have a wig, or I'm ugly if I don't have a face full of makeup, or I'm ugly if I don't have big ass and big tits, like Mr. Man Hands, because Mr. Man Hands look better than a real woman. And I'm like, I pray for society. I know society is not this lost. I know it. I call myself an alien because I believe in humans. I really do believe in humans. So I sit back and I just watch, and I critically think, and I may not be able to verbalize it as much as those who, use that white powder and all of that. But some of those who use that white powder, that's how people be all in my emails, stuff saying this, that, and the third. But I said what I said about that person, and I ain't gonna never take it back. Um, but yeah, I just don't know, y'all. I don't know. This whole situation of, people want to label people for whatever reason. It's like you chose your label, okay? You say you woke up one day and you want to be a woman, or you woke up one day and you want to be a man. But I didn't wake up one day wanting to be nothing but successful. So, hey, if you're going to call me anything, call me rich. If you're going to call me anything, call me ambitious. If you're going to call me anything, call me a go-getter. But don't be calling me no cis. What's a cisgender? I don't know what that is. I was born a girl. I was born a woman. I don't know what all that is. So, what y'all drinking? Kiana said, "What's up, sis?" What, girl? I don't. It's just annoying. It is annoying, Kiana. It's very annoying that, just because you want labels on yourself, we have to have labels on us. Why is that? Why does that have to be? Like, we are just what we are. We don't have to be anything. We just are. We just are. He's like, just ignore it. Yeah, we can ignore it, GLT, but then I just feel like at some point you have to speak your mind. Just like they're speaking their mind on certain topics, you have to speak your mind, or you have to speak against it. You have to school the children another way. So whether one person is watching this or 10 people are watching it, I just hope somebody gets something out of it and be like, oh, okay, she may have a point. I may need to look into this. Like, there is, some low-key dumb shit going on. There is some subliminal crap going on. Like, who in their right mind would advocate for violence against, what man in their right mind specifically would, advocate for violence against any woman, trans woman or black women? Who does that? Who does that? And to sit and even start that conversation, to me, is actually inciting it, in my opinion. So there are those, in the trans community who often say that trans women are, often the target of violence for whatever reason. There are those in the, in the heterosexual community, if there's a community, who said the same thing about black women, are targets for, rape, abuse, domestic violence, all of that. And trans women have those same issues. So if we all have the same struggles and we all have the same problems, and there are all certain things that we go through as women, if you really want to walk that walk as a woman, why would you allow anybody to create diversion between you and say you two should be fighting? Why? Why would you do it? So I as a woman, I look at it. I care about everybody. There's no issues with me in no community. But again, I'm pro black woman, and I'm gonna speak on it as I see it. Said labels can be harmful. They can. So, yeah, and in addition to that, we talk about the hypocrisy. In addition to the labels, y'all saying the word fish and all that, we can bring that up again. A lot of straight women, I'm not going to even call us, either we straight or we gay. We just women. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of straight women don't like the term fish because it originated in the the LGBT community to, call women what they perceive their body parts to smell like. That is regulating us to our private parts, which is something that most trans people and most LGBTQ people don't want. So why do they do it? But when we say we're offended, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that we're offended. None of that. I don't get it. I just think it's so hypocritical. They're offended if we use the F word, the D word, the T word, the call somebody a man who don't want to be called a man but was born a man. That's offensive. But as soon as we say we offended, is get over it. That's just what we say. That's just what we say. And I'm like, what? How is that possible? How is it that you can, in a fight with a woman, in a verbal fight with a woman, the first thing you do is bring up her vagina. The first thing you do is try to make her feel less than a woman. The first thing you do, even in my comment section, is say, you look like a dude, as if, being trans is a bad thing. If being trans is such a marvelous, wonderful thing and should be accepted, why are you using it as, an insult? Why? So I don't take offense. Because I can look like a dude if you say so, or I can look like a woman, or I can look like a cat, I can look like a dog, a bull, a rat. It doesn't negate what I am. Like I said, I'm just going to be, regardless of what you say I am. So all of those labels, are you saying, I woke up this morning feeling like this, that, and the third? It doesn't change what you are, period. So I would love to hear what some of you have to say about this, because clearly, if my DMs and my emails are any indication, it's a lot of women out there who are just fed up. Like, they like, girl, we need to talk about this. This cis stuff, it's got to stop. I don't understand why they calling us this. I don't understand. I am not cis, and I am so offended that anybody would call me a cis. And I'm like, you gotta think about the messenger. The messenger pretends to be intelligent and is not. But go do your own research on what it means. Like, it's not a term that people should be labeling you as. It really isn't. It's actually a term just saying anybody who is not trans is cisgender. That's just what it is. But, people kind of adopted the term in order to separate everybody and to label straight people who they say live in a privileged world of being straight to be labeled. And that's not fair either. That is so not fair. You offended, Why are you offended, You always offended about something. You said you thought cis was short for sissy. Actually, it isn't. That's an offensive term, as far as the LGBT community is concerned. They say saint. You can't say, sissy, the F word, the fag word, or you can't say the T word, the tranny word. You can't say anything, and it's offensive. But they could call us fish. They could call us all kind of bitch and hoe and everything else you could think of, and it's a kiki. It's just a joke. We should all just take it as a joke because it's funny. It's funny. It's whatever y'all are taking. Like, my thing is, ain't nobody gonna be respectful of you until you demand respect. So as long as you continue to accept disrespect, that is what you're gonna get. So if you like being called fish, so be it. That's you. But there are several people on the earth that do not. So I just thought I would bring that to your attention. Hold on, let me call into this line really quickly. Thank you for addressing the situation because your platform is huge. I thank you, my sister. I thank you for standing up for us. Oh, thank you so much from the streets. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching. Hold on. The phone number is 646-224-5980. The PIN number is, I never know it. I have to look at the app.
Thank you. Joining the conference now. 840. You are currently the only person in the conference.
3583. 646-224-5980. The PIN number 840-3583. Child, Little Boosie does not exist over here, Sade. Little Boosie does not exist over here, and Little Boosie did not invent wine. So if you feel that I bit anything that Little Boosie is doing, honey, you can take your Little Boosie ass back over to Little Boosie. And that's what the answer is, ma'am. Ma'am, and I know I need my nails done, so y'all can talk about me all y'all want to. It don't negate. I ain't gonna even say it. Yes, wipe me down, honey. Where my wipe me down at? Where is my wipe me down, honey? So y'all scared to talk about this topic, huh? Y'all not gonna tell me how y'all feel about being referred to as cis, being labeled, being, dragged in the mud, being compared, being accused of fighting. They act like straight women be running up on trans women all the time. I'm like, where is this happening? I've never seen it happen before. What is going on? But I have experienced trans women coming at me. I have experienced trans women playing on my phone, calling me, telling me, they gonna kick my ass. I have experienced that. So I just want to know what's going on in the world. What am I drinking? I am drinking the same thing, Robert Mondavi Select Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a barrel-aged roasted coffee wine, and I cannot normally take but a sip of it because it has like 15% alcohol. It's really good. Hi, caller 0616. You are on the line.
Hey, Michelle. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Who am I speaking with?
I'm going to say I'm Shanae for the day.
Okay, Shanae. That's okay. Where you calling from?
No, I was calling because I'm calling from Florida.
Oh, cool. So what do you think?
Yeah, and I just want to, with regards to the cis thing, I don't like it at all.
And why don't you like it?
I do take offense to it because I'm 45 and we didn't grow up with that word.
Mm-hmm. But times change.
And it just, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Times change. That's all I'm just saying.
No, I know times have changed, but the thing is that when we're referred to as cisgender women, it just doesn't feel right with my soul, in my spirit. It's like, I don't know.
I agree.
It doesn't feel right.
I agree.
If you want to call me anything, if you don't want to call me a woman, call me lady.
I agree.
If it's that hard to refer to us as women, call me a lady.
I agree. I told you, call me anything, but that cis thing, y'all can have that.
Yeah, I don't know who invented that. I just don't like it. It's just, it just gives me that, like the heebie-jeebies. Every time I hear it, I'm like, y'all don't like certain words. I don't like it. And that other thing with, calling us fish, it's like, come on now.
So you don't take it as a joke? You're not going to laugh about it and kiki and just be like, oh, it's not a term that was invented for us. It's a term that people reference us as. When they call each other fish, it's like you look like a real woman or a woman who was born with a vagina. Clearly, fish means vagina. But,
I don't take it like that, though.
Yeah.
I don't. Because like I said, it's like the generation I grew up in, the gay people that I grew up around, they never used those words. It was never that type of, I don't know, it's just so weird because it's just so many different terminologies now. It's like there was never any kind of name calling or making up a word for a woman or, calling a guy a certain thing. It was like, if you were gay, you gay. You know,
It's
you do
almost
what you
like,
do, and
when they try to
you
label
straight, you
us,
straight.
right? It's almost like when they try to label us, it's like they're trying to like lessen our womanhood experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when we say real woman, I guess that insinuates that they're fake women. So instead of saying real women, they're gonna be like, you're cisgendered and I'm transgendered in order to like even the playing field. And I just don't like it because it's our birthright. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take that
No,
away no matter what label you put on it.
you're totally right. And the thing also as well is, what are they going to call us next?
Right.
What, we're going to be not genetically modified?
Right. Right.
That's going to be the next phrase.
It's always
you're not genetically modified like I am. So what am I, a freaking robot? Like what's next?
Good question.
Just don't know, girl.
Good question. I mean, it's just up for debate. Like again, I just feel like in general, like we have to demand respect because I feel like there's so many people who don't demand the respect and who accept it. And as soon as all these people be like, "Well, you a fish, and I'm gonna call you a fish, whether you like it or not," and there's so many people laughing at it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm a fish." No, you're not a fish, fool.
No, I was not called that growing up. My mama didn't name me no fish. Either call me by my real name, or call me lady, or ma'am, but not no sis.
Well,
no.
There you have
it. And it's not even sis like SIS, like sister, because that's cool. All right, hey sis, how you doing? But now it's like, oh, cisgender woman. It takes too long to say cisgender woman than just saying lady.
Again, the proper definition of cisgender is basically just the opposite of transgender. So all of the gay men who talk about cisgender females and cisgender whatever, they're cisgender also. They're cisgendered males. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a dumb determination to call anybody cisgender when, there's only, trans and everybody else from what they say. So, I don't know. It's confusing.
No, I get you, girl. I just wanted to, give my 2 cents. Yeah. First time caller.
Well, thank you so much.
Want to say have a great night.
And you do the same.
I'm drinking some Merlot.
Yes, Merlot. Cheers to you. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Have a great one.
All right. You too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Caller 4344, you're on the line.
Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Hey. Who am I speaking with?
What's the deal? This is Brian, the songwriting extraordinaire.
Hi, okay. Brian. How are you?
What is the deal? I just wanted to call and give my opinion.
Okay.
I'm a gay male.
Okay.
I'm a gay male from Houston, and I was here back in the day when everybody was coming at you saying you smell like fish, this and that. I was so offended because I feel like you have to show respect to people. You didn't do anything warranted. So I'm not going to even go back on that, but I'm just using that as an example, how people want respect in the LGBTQ, ABCDFG community. But when you give your regular opinion on your channel, they were so quick to say, oh, she stinks and this and that. I was offended for you.
Thank you.
You understand what I'm saying? So it can't be a two-way street. Well, it can be a two-way street, but both lights got to work. You know what I'm saying? It just can't be green on one side all day long and red on the other side all day long.
Right.
So my thing is, coming from the gay community, if I command my respect. You know what I'm saying? As a gay old school male, meaning I believe, you know what I'm saying, in old school values, even though I'm gay. Meaning, okay, a woman is a woman. I don't care how much you want to go buy your titties. I don't care how much you go get your sex changed. You do this, you do that. You were still born a man. Even though I'm gay, you were still born a man. She was still born a female. Now, whether you want to be trans, that's your business. But you can't go against gravity is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just is what it is. A woman is a woman. Point blank and the period. I don't care who like it. I don't care who mad. It's just, you can't make somebody white go black. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Unless you bleach your skin. But, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, definitely. That I appreciate your input because I just feel like it's a lot of hypocrisy. It's as soon as
yes, ma'am.
As soon as I or any woman or any man, straight man, for example, would say, I don't agree with it or I don't like this, that, and the third, which is their opinion, they're right. It's all of a sudden he's homophobic or she's transphobic or whatever. When at the end of the day, everybody has their opinion. Like, I'm not telling you not to do anything. I'm not segregating you. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't live your life the way you want to live it. But at the end of the day, everybody has...
Be real about it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And let me just say one more thing before I hang up, though, because, I like to call in quick and dip out real quick.
Okay.
But let me just say this. Now, you are a female.
Mm-hmm.
I can clearly see you're a female, a beautiful black queen female.
Thank you.
Let me just say that. But at the same time, there's not a fair fight when somebody who is taking hormones. I don't care. You're still built like a man. You're still a man. You still have your male parts. If you pre-op or whatever you are, you're still a man. No man should ever go against no female. I don't care. And I'm a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, no man should ever take it that far with a female.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are, transgender, I don't, goodbye, Michelle. I just wanted to say that because I'm going to get upset, though, because I was here for all that drama during that time, and it wasn't a fair fight is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They really attacked you.
Mm-hmm.
They really, and it wasn't just her. It was a whole community.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as somebody say something about being gay or trans, said, I'm offended, and we want our rights. And no, shut the hell up. Who brings the children in the world?
Mm-hmm.
A woman.
Mm-hmm.
Children come out of women's, you know what I'm trying to say? So you have to show respect. You know what I'm saying? And it is a big hypocritical type of things going on. And I'm just going to say that I'm sipping on this doggone beer. Let me go on about my business.
Okay,
and
beer.
Michelle, it's been real. One more thing.
Yeah.
The next time you talk to Nimi, tell her I said, blue, blue, blue.
Not blue,
straight
blue,
up.
blue.
I was up 4 o'clock this morning watching that video.
Brian, I'm gonna send you a mug.
Cynthia, right?
Yes, it's Cynthia. But Brian, I'm gonna send you a mug. Brian, I'm gonna write down your number and I'm gonna call you after.
I'm gonna send you that email. Is it mbrown?
Yes, mbrown@atln.com.
All right, Michelle. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Well, thank you, and thank you for calling. All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
You said I'm writing down blue. Zeal, stop trolling the people. The phone number is 646-224-5980. The PIN number is 840-3583. Y'all, all of that drama and that dumb mess all happened, I think, started in March of last year. And child, I can tell you right now, it's still going on. It's still going on. It's people still flagging them old ass videos. It's people still. Mr. Manhands recently filed another copyright on an old ass video. Like you gonna change history. I told y'all I went through this with Chris Stokes. Chris Stokes tried to take down posts from a long time ago when Raz B was accusing him of molestation, and we went on and on and on and on and on with that. And at the end of the day, the posts are still up today. If my channel disappears, you'll know why. That's why I got a second one. That's why I got a third one. That's why I got a fourth one. So if this channel ever leaves, you'll know why, because all of those videos were in the Queen's Court playlist. And it was pretty much just a documentation of everything that went on during that time. So, and again, all of it is still on straightfromtheA.com. So if you want to go to straightfromtheA.com and read up on all of the stuff that happened back then, again, history does not disappear. It may change. History doesn't change or disappear. You can change the present, but you can't change the past. So all of that is still online. But anyway, I digress again. Caller 8564, you are on the line.
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yes. Who am I speaking with?
This is Monique, honey.
Hi, Monique. It's a long time. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I've been watching.
Okay. Ooh.
I have been watching, but I only call for certain subjects, and I'm so glad you hit on this.
I was debating, honey. I didn't know if I wanted to or not. Now I took a little sip of wine. I'm okay.
Just the thing. I mean, I think it's okay for people to live and be who you want to be, but it's to the point where it's getting out of control to me because you're so busy fighting for your rights
Mm-hmm.
to where as heterosexual men and women, they're starting to take away my rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes the problem. Like, how do you fight for your rights when you're taking away my rights? To call me a cisgender woman, I am a woman. And I've always been a woman. And it goes all the way back to, actually, let's say this, it goes all the way back to God calling me a woman. So how do you try to change that? Because you're trying to put me, like you said, on the equal level
Mm-hmm.
and an equal playing field, so you feel like you can come at me a certain kind of way.
Right.
Bottom line is, it doesn't matter how you live. You choose to live however you want to live. That's on you. But you don't start affecting my rights.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't start calling me something other than what I have been called since the day I've been born. I am female. I am a woman, and that's what I am.
I agree because, like I said, it's nothing that we chose to be. We just are. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
it just bothers me, even having to have this discussion. But I feel like it's necessary because there are so many impressionable young minds out there who see this and feel like that this is the norm, and it's not. It's really not. So, anyway.
And that's part of the point. But I mean, this is the thing. I feel like it's an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't care who listens, who gets mad, who feels like what, but it's an agenda. And I mean, I know there's people that's gay, and they have some people that say that they were born gay, and I have no problem about that. But when you're to the point where you're forcing your lifestyle on other people, that's when I feel like there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But then they would say, but then I feel like there's an issue because you're forcing your lifestyle on me. First of all, what lifestyle? You came from a man and a woman. So, like, that's how we all got here.
Right.
So, a man and a woman is basically where we all came from. So, because I'm walking around as a woman and I'm with a man, it's fine. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it's always been. And again, that's how we've all gotten here, and that's how everything started.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now, I'm being forced to deal with all of this back and forth and just everything. It's like it's becoming too much.
I guess,
and like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody living their life. I don't have a problem with anybody loving who they love.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the point where now you're starting to impede on my freedom,
mm-hmm.
and when you're starting to impede on who I am, to force what you're trying to force and to get your rights, I understand, but don't start taking away mine.
Right.
And that's how it almost feels like today. Like the whole thing about equality and having rights and all of that, I get it. But when you start trying to take away mine, that's when there's an issue.
Right.
That's when there's an issue. When you tell me you gonna call me something, regardless to what I've been called my whole life, and you're gonna, and I have to accept this and I have to accept that, regardless to how I feel about it. It's like, come on, like, what are we doing? It's almost like when you look at it, it's almost like you're starting to deal with a level of supremacy.
Right. And that's what it is. It's a level of supremacy and a level of bullying. And I've been saying that for months now. I've been bullied, I've been harassed, I've been this, I've been that, simply because I said I'm a strong black woman and I'm not gonna fight a man. And here we are discussing it at the end of the year because they're still in their feelings. They're still talking about it. They're still, doing little underhanded things. And, I told you, if somebody stabbed you in your back, I stabbed them in the front. I.e., that's why I did the video about, old boy the other day and the whole Blue Ivy situation. I named names. I talked, so if that's the issue Mr. Manhands have, I'm not fighting no man, and I wasn't fighting no man then. I'm not gonna fight no man now. And calling and rallying all the troops to say it's okay for a trans woman or a person who identifies as trans to fight a woman is okay. It's not okay. Period.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I just saw Brownstone just made a comment in the chat that it's a competition, but then it's the part that I don't understand why. Because gay men have always been friends with straight women.
Always.
We have been the biggest supporters of gay men. It was always that we always, it was, you grew up with gay men as being friends and being, around you. The competition to me came when you started not respecting anymore that I was a woman, and you started feeling as though you're as much of a woman as I am. At one time, gay men had an admiration for women.
Right.
There was an admiration for our beauty, for our figures, for that femininity.
Mm-hmm.
There was an admiration. Now the admiration is gone. It's like you feel like you
are more than. They act like they create us.
And that's where the competition. Exactly.
Some of them.
And that's where the competition is coming from.
And that's not
cool.
There
was never a competition before.
Right.
There was always a respect for one another. It was always a respect for one another, and especially in the African American community.
Right.
I can't speak on the Caucasian community, but in the African American community, it was always a respect. Mm-hmm. But it's like now you started to feel like I'm supposed to, bow down to you because you're the superior and the supreme one. And it's like, where is this coming from?
Right.
Like, where is this coming from?
I don't think
it's becoming a bit much.
I don't think that's all gay men. I feel like that is the gay men who have vagina envy and who feel some kind of way about women. There are some of those who, really want to be women or really wish they were women. You know what I mean? So, there's a difference. I'm not going to put that on the entire LGBT community, but there are those gay men out there who... I know you weren't, but I just wanted to make that point.
But the fight is just becoming so big. It's like, really, what are we fighting for?
Right.
Like, what are you fighting so hard for? It's like, I understand you want equal rights and equality, and I feel like you should have that also, but not to the detriment of me.
Right.
Like, not to the detriment of me. And that's why I say it's almost like I feel like I'm starting to fight, it's starting to become a fight like the equal rights fight with the white supremacy. It's getting that bad. Where you almost feel like you starting to fight amongst, a whole nother, I don't know.
Right. They're playing both sides of the fence. Noir King just made a good point when he said some trans people fight for women's rights for them while still practicing misogyny. But they don't talk about that. They ride both sides of the fence for their benefit, which is what they do. They play man when they want to and play women when they want to. Mm-hmm. And so they play women when a man steps up to them in defense of a woman. Then all of a sudden it's a hate crime. You can't fight me. I'm a woman. No, dude, you're a dude. So they play both sides of the fence when it's good for them. They talk about their penises and this, that, and the third, and they want this and they don't want that. But then on the other hand, they want to play with their breasts and wear wigs and this is not. I keep saying they. Exactly. I don't want to put this on the entire community, but I just feel like there's some problematic people within the community that make us as women feel some type of way and put us on the defensive, and it's just not right.
And that's exactly why I call it supremacy, because when you just explained it the way you did, don't it sound like another issue we've had? Because we've been saying for years as Black people that we can't take the color of our skin off, and as women we cannot be a woman. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to going through a sex reassignment surgery, But it's almost like, what are we doing? Like, it's becoming a bit too much. It's becoming a bit too much. And it's just looking at it every day and dealing with it all the time. and the forcing of it. I just saw there was a video on YouTube that I just saw earlier where the grandfather went to the school because the school teacher for 2 days in a row put a dress on his 2-year-old grandbaby.
What?
And they had some kind of something going on at the nursery. And she put the dress on the 2-year-old grandbaby. And the man went to the school and he like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, you need to go into the office and speak to the director. And he's like, no, I'm speaking to you. Like, why are you putting a dress on my grandson? And then this is what the teacher said, and it was a white teacher, but this is what the teacher said. He's 2 years old. Like, he doesn't know any better. He's 2 years old. But that don't make it all right.
Right.
Didn't nobody tell you and allow you to put a dress on somebody's child at nursery.
Right.
Like, if there's a play that's going on, if there's something that you guys are, teaching the children, it's not for you to say it's okay for you to put a dress on my son, or for you to put a mustache or whatever on my daughter. It's like, if you ask me, if you get my permission and ask me, is that okay?
Right. I need to find that
but
video.
It's like it's starting things are starting to go too far.
Yeah.
It's starting to go too far. But if you Google the grandfather that went to the preschool about the boy being put in a dress for 2 days, you'll find it.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Well, Monique, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for calling as always. And you need to call more often because I love your insight.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, and I will.
Well, thank you for calling.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Caller 6198, you are on the line.
Is it me?
Yes, that's you. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Tony from California, and I'm so hyped right now to talk to you.
Hey, Tony from California. What do you think about this situation?
Well, I just got off work, so I don't know the topic on the live. I don't know what y'all been discussing. I just basically called in to say that you are freaking awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You are a strong black woman, and don't let no YouTuber or no trolls bring you the fuck down, because the content that you put out is great.
Thank you.
And I love it. Yeah. So I'm a proud member of the squad.
Yes, squad. Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your night.
And you do the same.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, that was so freaking nice. Okay. The phone number 646-224-5980. I'm drinking. What y'all drinking? I'm gonna start drinking my water in a minute, because I told y'all I was trying to detox. The only reason I'm doing this because it's Wind Down Wednesday, and I felt like I need a little sun. I got a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. Again, Noir King was right. Monique was right. There are some members of the LGBT community, and especially trans, who feel like they can hit both sides of the fence. They're a woman when it's acceptable, and they're a man when it's convenient. So I don't know. You drinking water? Let me start drinking my water too, because I'm a little bit parched. I have an anonymous call on the line. What do y'all think? Should I take the anonymous call? Y'all know traditionally I do not. Should I take the anonymous call? Press 1. I'm gonna let y'all choose. Press 1 if I should take it. Press 2 if I should wait. What y'all think? Is you on the... Okay, Miss Legit. Let me see if it's you. Hello, caller. You're on the line.
Hi.
That's you, Miss Legit.
It's me. It ain't no crazy nobody coming in here asking a fool or nothing like that.
Okay, cool.
It's me. But yeah, my name is Renee. I'm Mrs. Legit in the chat.
Yes, Miss Legit.
But I wanted to tell you just keep your head up, keep doing what you're doing. You're phenomenal. Of course, you have your website, which is huge.
Thank you.
And just keep doing you. On this topic, I wanted to say that
I don't hate anybody. I'm not against anybody, but I have been like speaking out about the whole LGBT agenda on the Black community for several years now. And my thing about it is what a lot of people don't understand. And I'm not talking about all homosexual people, so I'm not talking about all. But for the most part, the movement is not so much about tolerance, which is what they kind of put out there at first. It's more about acceptance, and then beyond that, it's about control and dominance. And I know that a lot of people may not understand that, but I want to suggest the book to you and to other people listening. The book is called After the Ball. It's by, is it Matthew Kirk? Kirk is the last name, but it's called After the Ball. And this book was written in the 1980s, and it basically breaks down how there were a bunch of homosexual leaders, people in positions of power and influence, and politicians and so on and so forth, who came together and had a meeting about how they were going to make homosexuality be basically normalized in society, just the same thing as a man and a woman, and even exceed that. And so they actually do have an agenda. It's a 6-point plan. And they've been able to push this agenda and really push it through. And for instance, one of the points is to make homosexuals victims and people who don't agree with it be victimizers. Okay, so it's making them victims for everything that goes on. And anybody who's not necessarily in agreement, you don't have to vocally be against it. But even if you just don't agree with it, you're a victimizer now.
Oh, wow.
You're the bad guy, you're the bad one. And you're supposed to, their whole thing is just to normalize it. And they don't want you to focus. And see, this is one of the problems I have with the trans situation. They want to change like the bathrooms, and they want to change like paperwork. They want to change all of these types of things. But whenever we actually address what it means to be a transgender, which is you're saying you're in the wrong body or whatever, they get upset. They don't want you to address what their actual issue is. They just want you to get down or lay down.
Right.
You know, accept what we put forth, but don't question anything about us. And in essence, transsexuality or transgenderism or what have you is a mental illness. There's something called body dysmorphia. And so people who feel like their body, just like some people who may be very, very thin, think they're overweight and so on and so forth. No, these people feel that they're, for instance, born a male, feel they're a woman. My question is, how do you know what it feels like to be a woman? How would you know that? You're not a woman. How can you tell me you feel like a woman? How would you be able to determine that, being that you're a male? And so they want to play dress up, and they want to put on the appearance of a female. But as you said, they still want to be able to fight women. They're still males. They want to be able to talk to women however they want to talk to women. You're not supposed to ask them if they still have their package or not, but they want you to refer to them as women.
Right.
Like, stop it. We need to get real about the situation. Again, I'm not advocating anybody to call anyone names, to harm anyone, to attack anyone, to put anyone down. I don't support any of that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you either are XX or YX. It is what it is. You cannot change your DNA. You can go have surgery. They can cut off your penis. They can put a hole in you. You can take hormones. You can get breast implants. You can get all these facial surgeries to make your face more round. You can do whatever you want to do.
But they don't want no periods, and they don't want no womb, and they don't want no cramps every month, and they don't want to bleed on everything when you got fibroids, and they don't want they don't want them problems.
They don't want none of them. They don't want none of them problems. But you want to be able to sit up and say you're a woman when you feel like it.
Right.
And then here's the thing: what's the measuring stick? So does that mean any man who goes out here and puts a dress on, now we supposed to say you a woman? What is the determining factor here? Is it just because how you feel for that day? And now it's gone so far as there are some states where if the person is transgender, whatever, they have this surgery and do all this, they can actually change their birth certificate to denote the gender they changed to. So you couldn't even find out on their birth certificate.
Wow.
You couldn't even find out that way.
It's just that is a level of deception that is going too far, because then okay, you've changed this again. You change your history. You change your all of your past. You change your birth certificate. Now you know date some unsuspecting male who may or may not know that you ever had a penis if you don't have it anymore. And then what? Like I just feel like there's a level of transparency that needs to occur in any type of relationship. If not, then you're violating the other person. Like, even if it was a woman who went through that whole thing and, was a trans man now, you know what I'm saying? And now you look like a man, you dress like a man, got hair on your chest and all of that. And now on your birth certificate, it says it's a man. Now you go get some unsuspecting woman who don't know. And then what? I just think that's evil. Like, how do you live with yourself? I don't know.
Yep. And I want to say one more thing before I drop off. I just want to say, too, that I love my sisters, but some blame does have to go to Black women.
I agree.
Not
Definitely.
for this whole thing, but to a portion. And I'm going to just put this out there, because I have been, like, back in the day, I went on, like, one of them men that wear wigs. It's multiple ones. But one of them, I was on his thing, and it was like all these Black women like, you're so funny, this and that. And I told them, I said, why are y'all laughing at this and supporting him when he's making fun of you? He's making a caricature of Black women. And I understand that a lot of sisters like Medea, they like some of these other things where these guys dress up like women and do all this and that, and they think it's funny. But Black women, you have to understand that by you supporting these people, you laughing at them, watching their channels, watching their videos, seeing their movies, that you are helping to support that you are helping to give them light. Because think about it. If Black women did not support these men wearing dresses, who would? Nobody would.
Right.
It's mainly Black women who uphold that. And at the end of the day, they're making fun of you. They're making caricatures of Black women. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you and making money off of you. So while you think it's cute and funny, and that other person who was on the Queen's Court person, the porn dude, they sitting up there, loving this person and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, do you understand what it is you're supporting? And that's why those people think they're better than women, because now they've gotten the game. They've been around women. They've got the support of women. And the one reason why some homosexual males or even transgender like to hang around with women is because it gives them greater access to heterosexual men. Understand, they want men. They don't necessarily want homosexual or feminine men. They want men that are with women.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons they hang with women.
Right.
Women need to understand this and wake up, sisters, is all I'm saying. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, and keep doing what you do.
And thank you so much for calling. No, and your input was bomb. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Much love. Much love.
All right. Thanks. Y'all. Like somebody was like, look, Tyler Perry, he's been doing my Medea forever. And I think where I draw the line personally, I draw it as that's not his only character. He plays Grandpa, he plays Medea, he plays some more people, and it's all, I guess, a comedic value to it. My problem is these men who put on wigs, and that's all they do is to portray these stereotypical versions of Black women. And then you have all of these people around the world seeing that and taking it as fact. That's where I draw the line. Like, it might be different for you, but for me, I just see some of them who, that's the only character they play. And they put on these, these big pink lips and dark, they dark and wearing multicolored hair and whatever. And they just want to be like a woman in blackface, a Black woman, and just make fun of us. But I digress. Anyway, I'm going to take one more call. 9716, you are on the line.
Hello.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Michelle. How you doing, darling? This is Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. That's my sister's name.
Hi. Hey, baby. How are you? Let me say this. You know what? To me, you got your drag queens, and they dress up as women, but they live as men. Okay? I've been to a lot of drag shows here in Chicago. you know. But the whole transgender thing just perplexed my brain. I don't get it. I've seen a lot of them on, on social media, and then they're like women, but then they come out with the deep voice and I'll beat your ass and all that.
Like I said, they're men. They're men when it's convenient for them, and that's
when it's convenient. And what I don't like is just keep it real. I don't like the way they try to deceive men, heterosexual men, like they're a woman, but then they're not, and then the man finds out. It's like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you just say, this is who I am? Let that man decide whether or not he wants to be with you or not. I think that is so evil to do that to a person.
And then a lot of transgendered, or I don't even know if they're considered transgender if they still have a penis, but whatever the case may be, then they go online and put out, especially the celebrities, this celebrity tried to talk to me, or this celebrity was calling me, or I sucked this celebrity's or whatever. And it's like, okay, if you're supposed to be a woman, why are you blasting this man for being with you? Isn't that hypocritical? Like, didn't he think you were a woman? Didn't he fall in line? But now that he knows you're not born a woman, he don't want to be with you. So now you putting him on blast. That's making you look crazy. So it's just a mess.
Crazy.
It's
That's
just a
right.
mess.
And I don't care what they dress up as. I'm open-minded. I accept everybody for what they want to do. But my thing is, at the end of the day, you can put on all the makeup, the false eyelashes, the wigs, the breasts, the ass, and whatever. You're still a man. And so you don't come to a woman, because we are real women, born that way, created that way. And I don't care how much estrogen you shoot in your body, you are still a man at the end of the day. Okay? And no trans should be stepping to a woman, period, especially in trying to fight.
I agree.
To me, that is just wrong on so many levels. So, I don't get it. Some of it is confusing as hell to me. They want you to accept them. They want if you can accept it, but that doesn't mean I have to embrace everything about it.
Right.
Doing
right.
Okay. I don't want to go into a bathroom and then have you standing up at a urinal. I don't want to do that. Okay. So it's just a lot of it. It's just a bit much sometimes.
Right.
Okay.
And that's the point. They don't know what it is to be a woman. So to constantly have a threat and have to protect our vagina from being, from other men, because at the end of the day, there's always predators everywhere we go. So the last thing we need is to have a bathroom that's open to the whole wide world for little girls, this and the third, to be violated. And I'm not saying that transgenders would violate a little girl. I'm just saying there are predators out there that would. And it's just like I don't know. It's just a slippery slope, and we got so many issues that we have to deal with as women, for our safety, for our peace of mind, for whatever the case may be. For we got periods, we got what I'm saying, we got all kind of things we got to deal with.
Life into the world.
Right, and the last thing we need to do is be sharing our private spaces with people who don't go through those same things, and that's just my opinion.
Exactly. And as a parent, my son is a grown man now, but if I had a daughter who was a little girl, I wouldn't want her going into a bathroom and then there's some trans in there at a urinal. Some things you don't expose kids to until it's age appropriate. Okay? And I don't think that they need to be exposed to all that.
Right.
I don't agree with it. Okay?
Right.
You leave that up to the parents to decide when they want to expose their children, to that kind of crap. So,
right. And there's that argument again about how certain aspects of that community try to impose or force their beliefs and what they want on us and impose in our spaces as if we don't have a choice. It's not giving us the option to say no. And if we say no, then you're homophobic and you're phobic and you're this and you're that.
You're homophobic.
Just because I'm an advocate of having my rights, does that mean I got to step on yours? I'm not sure about that.
Exactly. That's not cool. Not at all. So, and I have a friend, I'm going to say this, I have a friend who went transgender and they were a woman and now they're a man. And I promise you, when I talk to them, it's hard for me to say he, because I'm used to them being a female, and that's what they are to me. And so it's like, what the hell? You know, so I don't know. I don't get it. It's just confusing to me. But they are what they are.
Yeah, and my thing is, give people the respect that they deserve. Some people don't deserve respect, so they don't get it from me. But and I will give people the respect that they deserve. And so if they want to be called he or she or whatever, so be it. But that doesn't change the fact that you aren't. You know what I mean? Like, so right. And again, fighting women and all of that stuff that they keep advocating and stuff. I just really have a problem with that. Low key, I really do.
That too.
So
yeah, we got too many other issues to be dealing with than trying to be fighting. You trying to fight what you perpetrating to be. That makes no sense to me.
Right.
I don't get it. So. But anyway, darling, have a wonderful night. I enjoyed the show as always.
Well, thank you so much for calling.
You bring the juice, darling.
I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
Bye, honey.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, I had 2 more calls. What do you think? Should I take them or should I go and finish my wine and stuff? It's still early. I don't know. I've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. I might do, let me see. What y'all think? Should I take it or no? Wine. Take them. Great topic. Thank you so much, media hobbyists. Take them. Okay. That'll be my last 2. Okay, nobody else calling. Caller 9601. I work for the people. Caller 9601. You're on the line.
Take me last.
All righty, I will. Okay. Caller 8564. You're on the line.
Michelle, this is Monique calling back.
Hi, Monique.
I was looking at the comments, and when you were saying about predators in the bathroom, and somebody was saying, well, predators are predators. I mean, we have to go further and look at this from a difference. How many crazy men would put on a dress that's not transgender to go in a woman's restroom to, attack a female or attack a girl? It's like people are so narrow-minded in their thinking. Like, you're not basically saying that a transgender person would, attack a woman or attack a girl. But look, when you open up certain doors, you allow all kind of extra foolishness to come in. Because
traditionally,
there are some crazy men.
Traditionally, and I always, I'm sorry to keep it, but you're right, there are some crazy men, but I always go back to The Color Purple when it's like a girl child not safe in a house full of men. At the end of the day, like, women and girls aren't safe out there in the world sometimes. So it has nothing to do with being trans and trans violating our spaces, and we feel like we're going to be violated by a trans person. It's not that. It's just that we would prefer to be in safe spaces with women when it comes time to do our business and change our pads and all the other things that we have to do in the bathroom. That's not demonizing transgenders just by saying that. But, again, I'm sure transgenders have been in the bathroom with us. We don't know. And that's cool. If they live their life as a woman and they, that's fine. But, I just don't feel like it should be mandatory.
I just wanted to add this. I want you to think about it like the other caller was saying about the book and how it's almost an agenda. And basically, that's what I was saying. And, when we first started seeing same-sex relationships on TV like Empire, where you always saw, the son that was gay, they showed a lot of scenes with him, with his the person who was playing his love interest. And I thought about that, and I sat down and I wondered, and it's like, we have there's gay women too. There's same-sex relationships as far as women too. Why is that never shown on TV?
Right.
Why do they
Not
never show same-sex women on TV, and it's always men? And then I thought about it. It's like, is that to break down the family structure? Because if we can show men all the time, and if we can start pulling men, because young people are impressionable, and we know this. They're very impressionable. They're doing everything, trying everything, whether it be same-sex relationship, drugs, whatever. They're just impressionable. And it's almost like, is it a tactic and is it an agenda that if we can pull the men out of, being men and start exposing them and enticing them, then we break down the whole family structure. It's like, why they never show two women on TV kissing in the same-sex relationship? Why is it always the men? And it's like, when you think about it, it's like it's almost like, it's an agenda. Like, what's behind it?
Yeah, I mean, you made a good point. I mean, interesting.
Just something for you to think about, because like I said, they never show two women. Never. It's always men.
Yeah.
It's always men.
You're right.
So anyway, I just called back to say that.
Well, thank you so much, Monique. Always a pleasure. I appreciate you. All right.
Bye. Bye.
Y'all keep talking about this man's bathroom thing. Let me school y'all about this man's bathroom thing. The reason women go into the men's bathroom is because y'all don't take long to pee, and there's never nobody in there, and it's always a long line in our bathroom because we have so many things to do. So if ain't nobody in the men's bathroom, when we go to use it, we going in the men's bathroom because y'all ain't in there. Y'all don't wash y'all hands. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all just go in there, take a leak, and leave. Y'all don't even use the stalls. So yes, we gonna use y'all's bathrooms if y'all ain't in there. Thank you very much. Good night. Caller 9601, you're on the line.
I've used the women's bathroom before. Y'all is much cleaner. Except for when y'all got tampons in the trash can. That shit stinks like a motherfucker.
What is your point, Juno? I know it's you. Unknown caller. What do you want?
Okay. No, I was really about to, troll for a second there, but you made a great topic about this shit, you know what I mean? But, about the whole misgendering and shit, you know what I mean? But my thing is, it sounds all nice and dandy, but what about the majority of the other women who disrespect each other? Like,
and
so,
look, I never said, I always, when I do talk about this topic, and I'm sorry to cut you off because I know where this is going, it pisses me off, but I always call out the self-hating black women. You don't know how many black women be in my comments talking about, fuck you, you smell like fish, fuck you, you old ugly. Like, at the end of the day, it's a lot of self-hating black women out there who, will support being called this, that, and the third because they hate each other. It's so much, like, that's a whole nother can of paint. Like, we are our own worst enemies, and I know it. We talk about that with the black community and the Black Lives Matter movement. That's why we can't all stand together as a community. We can't all stand together as black women. I said it before. I wish more black women would support each other the way the LGBTQ community supports them, but they don't. They don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I agree. You're right.
We'll beat each other up and curse each other out and call each other ugly before we support each other. But it don't matter if they right or wrong. We'll all rally together and support each other. And that's a good thing. It should be that way. And we should be that way. But we aren't. We face discrimination and disrespect every day from outside of our community, inside of our community, and from each other. Period. But, we take it and keep going. But because we on the bottom of the totem pole, that's all we know. Don't get me to start preaching, honey. But but that's why I keep, I've been pounded and pounded and pounded by women, men, gay, straight, whatever. That's why I keep coming back, because you got to show people that it's more than that. Like, yes, you need to speak your truth, and you need to tell people that, we do need to support each other. Hell, the person being bullied could be you tomorrow. Then what? All these women talking about your vagina and yo this and yo that. Like, girl, like at the end of the day, you got one too. So I just what are y'all talking about?
And speaking of vagina, let's get into it. I hate to pivot. This is a great topic, but I'm a chose, so I'm about to pivot. Let's talk about Lil parentheses Zoom White Madame, Tasha K, parentheses.
I'm not talking about Lil Boosie over
here. And that shit show that she had, talking about women's vaginas and saying they have herpes and this and that, you know what I mean? And especially when women have, this woman has a child that she's talking about on public, you know what I mean? And that shit is fucked up.
First of all, let me just say, let me just interrupt you right here because I'm not gonna give her my platform. She's a clown. I know she's a clown. She's been a clown. It's no she's for entertainment. She's for show. Y'all watch it just to laugh and kiki. Y'all know she don't be telling the truth. She lie a lot. She's not a journalist. She don't have a credible bone in her body. Who gives a fuck what Lil Boosie got to say? Who gives a fuck?
I think she buys viewers.
Okay. Well, there you have it, but I don't care.
Well, I'm just saying. I just feel like I agree with you, and I feel like women should stop doing that to each other as well. You know, if you're gonna stand together. Don't be, it's just like everything you pretty much said. Mm-hmm. Don't be putting each other down and shit like that. You know what I mean? When you could be lifting each other up. I think that is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? And then especially when you have, like you just said, when you have the LGBT community going up against y'all. Mm-hmm.
And Little Boosie is a prime example. She was one of the main people who was going channel to channel to channel. Even did a video about me saying all that stuff back in the day, calling me ugly, calling me Gary Coleman, saying my vagina stank, saying this, saying that, saying I was lying, saying that I put T.S. Madison or Mr. Man Hands stuff on the internet. She was one of the main people doing that. So, yeah, she's one of those self-hating black people. I'm not surprised by anything that she does or says.
Yes, Jabba the Hutt. I'm sorry.
But there you go. Anyway. Look, Juno. Don't be calling me the troll. You wanted to be last just to start up some shit, right?
Well, it's Wind Down Wednesday, so can I wind down? Well, I ain't got no wine. I got a beer, but can I wind down?
We've been winding down for an hour and a half. If you ain't wind down by now, it ain't gonna happen.
This was a great topic, so I felt like y'all, it was good that y'all called in and gave y'all perspective. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you so much.
I'm not gonna troll that hard tonight.
Well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing your video about it.
About who? Lil Boosie?
No, about cisgenders and women using men's bathrooms. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Juno. I will holler at you later, hon.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you. Well, you guys, you know what time it is. What y'all talk about in this chat? Y'all going in on no, I ain't gonna say it. Y'all can't be going in on the callers like that. Y'all cannot. What is cisgender? We have no clue what cisgender is. We still don't know what cisgender is. All I know is not us. We talked about that earlier.
What's your morning matchup at McDonald's?
We talked about the situation of labels and how labels are being imposed by us when being a woman is our birthright. I'm talking about straight women. But I don't know where this cisgender thing came from. I did my little research. It said on the internet that it was an educational term that was merely created to create what a transgender is not. It's transgender and it's everybody else. Everybody else is cisgender. That means men, women, that means gay men, that means gay women, that means straight women, that means straight men. They're all cisgender because they all have their own anatomy that they were born with. They all embrace it, whether they sleep with each other or not. They are cisgender. Later, other specifics have been put on the term where people say that if you like traditional things of men or traditional things of women, that makes you cisgender. No, I'm going with the original version. The term is not going to change all throughout the years. And again, I am not cisgender. I am just a woman. I am just me. I am just what I was born as, and that is what I am. Just like gay men are gay men because they was born gay, or gay women are gay, or whatever. Like, be who you are. Be who you are. But don't be calling me cis. Don't be calling me cis. I am not a cisgender woman. What I am is an ambitious woman. I am a brown woman. I am a black woman. I am a smart woman. I am all the things that, some people may say I'm an ugly one. Some people may say I'm a pretty one. But don't be calling me sis. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to my channel. And visit straightfromthaa.com. Yes, Black Girl Magic. Yes. Y'all cannot take it away from me. Y'all can have these cramps if y'all want. Y'all can have these cramps, honey. Oh, y'all can have them. We don't want them. Y'all want all the good stuff, like the wigs and the makeup and the boobs and all that, but y'all don't want the bad stuff, honey. Y'all don't want that. Oh, boy. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to do Petty Thursdays tomorrow. So good night, good people. I'm out.